Hello, everyone. I think this is going to be the first episode of a little podcast series I'm planning on doing here. Gonna bring in a couple of different ones. Calm down, Clove. It's over already. Basically, we have Meg here tonight. Meg is a mutual, I suppose.
Hi.
Uh, if we could start out with Meg, if you want to
Chloe,
introduce yourself,
sorry.
that'd be great.
Sorry, I'm just a big fan of people in your chat. Big fan, big fan.
Oh, thank you very much.
Um, Hi. I think everyone in chat knows me. Um, so if anyone perchance does not know me, I'm Megalyn, the multiverse hopping bunny. I also stream, and Meg, big fan. Yep, yep. Umbral, big fan, big fan. I won't admit it to your face, but big fan. Um, yeah, that's pretty much it. I'm just a variety streamer. Um, very British, as many of you will tell me.
Very
And
British.
yeah, very much so, unfortunately. Yeah, that's me.
Well, hell yeah. I just have a couple of questions here to begin with about
Hmm.
VTubing in general. Just like try to pick your
Go.
brain a little bit, figure out what you think about stuff.
Yeah.
I think the first question is kind of like how did you get into VTubing and why VTubing?
So I got into VTubing because a friend of mine, Dr. Blue, started VTubing about a year ago, and he spent a long time working on his model and rigging it and drawing it up and everything. So he did all that himself, and for a while we all just kind of laughed at him about it because oh look, he's doing the weeb thing. He's gonna be a anime boy on the internet sort of thing. And then we actually started watching his streams, and then maybe about a week into it, I think a couple of us logged onto the streams and noticed that we had a little sword icon in front of our names and was like, "Oh, what's this?" And he was like, "Oh, you're my mod now." I was like, "Oh, okay, wonderful." So up until end of August, I was just a moderator, so I would just sit in his chat, yap away with everyone and laugh at the silly man when the silly man was bad at video games. And then the more I kind of got invested in it, I was kind of making a few friends in chat and was just enjoying sitting yapping. And some stuff happened in IRL, where I was just getting a bit bored of sitting in the evenings and doing nothing. So I ended up just having a look at a few different methods of making my own model and just farting around, really, seeing what stuck, throwing stuff at the wall. I had a little chibi model for Fugi because I would sit as a guest on Blue's streams occasionally and play games with him. So I kind of was just trying to find stuff that would work in kind of in conjunction with my chibi model. Not this one. It was an old one. This one has been updated to fit my 3D model now. Um, but yeah, it was more so just kind of throwing stuff at the wall and seeing what stuck, just to fill the void in the evenings, essentially.
It kind of sounds like it was a little bit of a maybe like happenstance. Like kind of Blue apparently just went and said, "Hey, you're doing this thing now," and you were like, "Ah, fuck it, might as well."
Yeah, it was. So he was like, "Oh, you're my mod now," and I was like, "Oh, okay." I don't know what I still don't know how to use Twitch half the time. Like, if someone were to say to me, "Oh, you need to give this person in chat a warning," I don't know how to do that. I could not tell you. I figured out how to do shout outs, and that's about it. So we ballin'.
I mean, that's pretty good. That's pretty good. I mean, going from being a mod to a streamer, it's almost like kind of natural.
Most people actually go the other way, so they will be a streamer and then moderate in friends chats or in mutuals chats.
Hmm. I guess that makes sense.
So yeah, they go the other way.
Huh. Never really thought about it like that. Is that a vape I'm hearing?
It is, yeah. Sorry, I
Well,
have bad habits.
no,
Don't do
no worries. What kind of flavor you got in that vape? Is there anything interesting? Like a
Mango.
super bunny blast or something?
No, it's just mango.
Just mango. Fair enough. Huh. Getting into VTubing through moderating seems kind of fun.
Mm.
Um, what has kind of been your favorite thing about doing this whole VTubing thing? Is it like meeting a lot of people, or is it just being allowed to be a dumbass on the internet and people kind of getting a following?
It's a bit of everything. Like, I've really enjoyed meeting people and meeting people I wouldn't normally talk to. Um, I was never really big on social media, so I don't really use it very often for like personal stuff. At least I haven't since I was a teenager. And since starting VTubing, obviously you have to build a bit of a social media presence. Granted, it's still small, but then again, my channel is also still small. I'm less than 2 months into VTubing, so I'd say meeting everyone's probably the highlight of it.
So like the social aspect of it is the kind of
Yeah,
highlight. I can see that. I think I agree. I think the whole social aspect of it and like the community building part is kind of fun. You get to meet a lot of new
yeah.
people and see a lot of different perspectives. I think that's really cool.
Yeah, like I'd never. It's not that I would never hang out with a bunch of Americans or Canadians in the past, but like I wouldn't have the opportunity to meet you guys if I hadn't have been VTubing.
Yeah, I guess that is true. It is kind of a community without borders in that way.
Yeah.
Huh. So why a bunny? Why did you choose to go with the bunny like look?
So there's a couple of reasons. The first one being I am dumb as a rock. Bunnies aren't smart. Like they are categorically known as house pets or creatures of habits and just generally not the brainiest creatures. Um, I am also dumb as a rock, so it kind of fit. But also, so those who know me know that I've just finished up doing a charity week for RNID, the Royal National Institute of Deafness in the UK, and essentially I've got a lot of family who are profusely deaf, sorry, profoundly deaf even, and bunnies have their hearing is just ridiculous. Like they can hear a bat's radar beep thingamabob, whatever you want to call it. So for me, it was just going from living with people who were deaf to having a character on a screen who reflected a creature that their hearing was just immaculate, essentially. It was the two kind of the juxtaposition of those that I kind of quite like, and it meant something to me.
I find it kind of ironic that you decided to do a charity fucking donathon for think about deafness, and you're representing one of the animals with the best hearing out there. I think that's kind of
I'm also
funny.
a VTuber who, typically is not the most accessible thing. So yes, I've now got closed captions on my stream, um, but they aren't always correct. And obviously, with someone who has hearing loss, typically they would lip read or read sign language and whatnot. Obviously, I don't have hand tracking, so I can't do sign language. I also don't know sign language. And you can't lip read a VTuber. So
No, that
it was
seems kind of impossible.
yeah, I'm aware that the whole thing with it is not great, but I also just I just wanted to raise money and raise awareness for the charity. Raise awareness for some of the facts and figures around deafness in the UK. So yeah.
I think that's very admirable. I think it's very cool that you decided to do that. Also, as far as I understand, you ended up raising quite a bit. Was it what, £400 or something like that?
It ended up being £425.
It's pretty good. It's pretty damn good.
So not a massive amount, but more than I was expecting. So
I mean,
for
it's
a channel that's 2 months old.
it's very true. Also, I mean, £425 is significantly more than none. So I mean,
Yes,
at
it's
at
true.
at, at the end of the day, the charity gets something rather than getting nothing, which is
Very true.
which is always a positive, right?
Yeah, and I've actually already had them reach out to me today saying thank you.
Oh, that's
So that
very
was
cute.
nice. Yeah.
So you decided to go with a 3D model over like a 2D or a PNG model.
Mm.
Is there a specific reason why you decided to go the 3D route?
So it was again more just down the funding side of things. I'm not artistic. I don't have the money to throw at a live 2D model or even just a nice PNG that kind of fit what I was going for. But there is applications on Steam that you can get where you can build yourself a 3D model for free. So other than recoloring some assets, everything on my 3D model is just from V-Road Studio that I have just kind of shaped and played around with for a little bit to make it a bit more me and a bit more my own.
Hell yeah.
So it was just a free model that I stuck into VC Face, and I'm now a VTuber. So you know,
Well, there you go. That seems quite easy.
yeah. I mean, V-Road Studio it's not the easiest thing to work with. And then if you want custom assets, you can make them, or you can buy them off Booth if you are so inclined. But uploading them and some of the toggles on V-Road Studio, they aren't they aren't the easiest to use, should we say?
Okay, I get that. I've personally been looking around a little bit at all these like different 2D models and PNGs on on VGen and Kofi and etc. And it seems like they net a pretty hefty price tag, like usually around the $500 range for like a good 2D.
Yeah, yeah, it's definitely not the most accessible, I suppose. Is it's not the right word I'm looking for, but yeah, if you haven't got the money, then you haven't got the money. And that can be a bit off-putting for some people with budgetary restrictions and whatnot, which is why I went the 3D route. Like, it doesn't have all of the redeems that I would like. Like I know a few people in my chat have been saying how they want head pats for Bun Bun. I don't know how to do that as a 3D VTuber, so it can be a bit of a struggle.
Have you considered like at some point in this whole VTubing career going for like a 2D model in the future, or are you just now diehard sticking to this 3D?
Um, I was actually talking to Dr. Blue about this. I think my goal is to slowly save up enough money to um get a 2D model, but I'm kind of happy with how my character like physically looks. So like the outfit, the face and whatnot. So I almost want to stick to her, but try and move it into a 2D setting, if that makes sense. So I am kind of looking into options now, but more as a like in the future, maybe.
Right on. So you're kind of looking to take your current design and transfer it into like a
Yeah.
live 2D situation. I get that. I
Yeah,
get that.
that's the words I'm looking for.
I mean that probably is a longer process. Gotta go find a artist that you like the art style of and within your budget and whatnot. Going through the
I've
whole
already got a
like
couple of artists that I like the art style of. So I'm looking at them with a lot of love and affection. And I think perhaps come springtime, I might start talking to a couple of them, depending on how much money I've got saved up and whatnot, as to if it would be possible to either do installments payment, or looking at if it's even possible for them to basically take the model I have and the design, and put a bit of a spin on it. Unless I want to start looking at getting new emotes as well. And I've only just got the emotes I paid for. So, yeah.
yeah, right. Like getting new emotes and stuff is also just another price tag it comes with, right? And if,
Yeah,
if if
it
you can
is.
find an artist that can somewhat like transfer your current design into like a 2D and not having
Hmm.
to make new emotes and stuff, that'd be
Hmm.
optimal.
Yeah, massively.
I mean, I myself have been looking into this 2D thing, and I'm really struggling from like the male VTuber perspective of actually finding artists that actually do male VTubers. Not only because
Mm,
that they all have a specific look, and it's very much a look I'm not looking for, but it's also very few
yeah.
that do male VTubers.
Oh God, yeah, I think we were talking about it. Like there are some male VTubers and the it's because I think it's because from speaking to people online, people who, well, male VTubers who have, some of them will have female models because at the end of the day, if you've got to sit and look at a screen and look at a character on a screen, why not make it something that you like the look of, if that makes sense? So a lot of male VTubers I've spoken to who have a female model have taken that approach where they just like looking at it. So why would they have a bloke sitting staring at them the entire time? But then if you have a look at like the models and stuff, they always seem to look the same to me. In the absolute nicest way possible. They're always kind of generic anime man one,
Yeah,
if
yeah,
that makes
yeah,
sense.
100% agree. They're always like generic anime man one, huge hunk of meat, or child.
Mm.
I mean, that's kind of the
Yeah,
three
Akimbo
categories
or
they come in.
Bean. Yeah. Yeah.
And I'm not really a fan of either of those three.
No, I know you're not.
I think this whole process of finding something might be really difficult.
Yeah.
But I mean, if I hunker down and actually look properly for something, then I probably could find something at some point. But that's
Hmm.
in the far future. I'm not looking to upgrade right
Yeah.
now, anyways.
No, I mean, I like your little PNG that you've got at the minute. I think it's cool.
Well, thank you very much.
You're most welcome.
Um, how do you find like being a woman on Twitch in general? Like, I
Oh
assume
God.
I know. I assume you're gotta get significantly like more creeps and significantly more hate than like a person like me do. But
So I haven't
how
noticed any hate.
no hate.
I've
That's
I've not
wonderful.
noticed I've not noticed any hate, and I don't know if that's just because I have a dumb accent that people can take the mickey out of, and because I talk funny. But but I have noticed a few creepos in my chat, and I suppose if I were leaning more into the kind of lewd tuber side of things, then the creeps would be a lot more forthcoming, and you would see a lot more of them. But at the moment, I think I have only really had two kind of notable ones, and like one of them, it was just obviously like you can have Nightbot with all your commands and stuff, and like the lurk command or the hug command, or just really silly things like that. So I personally have a hug command where you can hug other people in chat and you can hug the streamer sort of thing. You can see how effective it is, like Pokemon style sort of thing.
Right.
We had one bloke in chat who kept spamming that command, and then when we gave him a verbal warning on, stop spamming the command, like it's getting a bit much. Then started trying to do exclamation mark kiss, and it was like, that's a bit weird. Or I've had another person in chat calling me mistress and mummy and all that sort of thing, and it's like, again, it's not really the vibe of my character or my vibe in general. Like, it's one of the rules I have in chat is don't make the streamer uncomfy. And if you make me uncomfy, you'll get a warning. And if you make me uncomfy still, I will kick you out because you've made me uncomfortable and you've had a warning and you've ignored it. So why the fuck do I want you there?
I mean, I think that's only fair. Like, if you're
Yeah.
making people uncomfortable, then you probably shouldn't be hanging around. And
Mm.
if you then are warned with them, then you should probably either shut the fuck up or
Yeah.
get banned.
Yeah, exactly.
I think that's
And then
completely
if you choose
warranted.
to ignore the warning, then you've clearly got no respect for the person you're watching. I have had a couple of people say, "Oh, okay, fair enough. The streamer has the ban hammer, but we also have the report hammer." And it's like, okay, well, if you're gonna threaten me with that, then you can get the fuck out as well. Like, I'm not here to kind of, I'm not here to beat around the bush and just sit and cater to your whims. I'm here because I want to have fun.
Oh,
So
100%. I get that. Like throwing around like threats like, "Oh, I'm gonna report you." I'm like, fair enough, brother. But I
great,
mean,
do it.
go for it, and
I dare you.
let's have Twitch decide if who's in the right and who's in the wrong. Then,
Exactly. Exactly.
um, so if you were to give advice to somebody who wanted to start out VTubing or or maybe has started out and finding it kind of hard to be streaming on Twitch, what kind of advice would you give a person like that?
Um, I think take it at your own pace. A lot of a lot of people just assume that, oh, okay, you're playing a video game and you're occasionally talking to people in chat. That's fine. You do that most evenings. I did before I started streaming. And I didn't find it anywhere near as damn exhausting as I am now. I am constantly tired, purely because I work a full-time job, and then on top of that, I sit and play silly video games for 3 to 4 hours in the evenings, and sometimes we'll do an 11-hour stream at the weekend. Like, it's a lot of work that people put into it. So absolutely take it at your own pace. Don't feel like you have to hit all of the milestones immediately, and try not to pay attention to the numbers. The numbers, they don't really matter unless you're trying to go for affiliate or partner. And at the end of the day, it's great getting there, but once you hit affiliate, the numbers you don't have to pay attention to them. Once you're an affiliate, you're kind of there. You've done it. That's the goal done. It's great hitting milestones and other numbers after that, but they don't count. They don't matter.
I mean, the
So
numbers are very addicting. I mean,
they are.
there is something very satisfying about seeing numbers go up. But I
Yeah,
mean,
numbers make brain go burr. Yeah.
exactly. I've
Um,
said this many times.
you have. But again, whilst it is great seeing them go up and it does fill you with so much joy, I actually don't know how many viewers I have in my chat at any time. I try to avoid looking at it because I always find if I know that there's no one in there, like obviously if there's no one in chat, there's no one in chat, like you know that. But if you can see how many viewers you've got, I find that you play up to that and you aren't being true to yourself. And that, I mean, from personal experience, that's just not me. I don't want to be a silly goofball purely because I've got 20 people in chat and maybe they're enjoying me being a silly goofball. I want to be myself.
I get
I don't
that.
know if you kind of feel the same or if you enjoy seeing numbers going up on that front.
I think I enjoy seeing numbers go up a lot, but I don't think I'd change personality based on if I have 5 viewers or if I have 25, 30.
Mm,
I think it's all the same because at the end of the day, people are coming to see the content that I'm making, and that's
hmm.
not gonna change because there's a lot more people. Like it's the same content I'm gonna put out regardless because
Yeah,
that's
I
what people
suppose.
initially came for. So I assume that's what people initially want.
Yeah, makes sense. Makes sense.
Also, I mean, as you said before, big numbers make brain go burr, and it's very satisfying to seeing your numbers grow and see your reach expand and stuff like that. I think it's fun. Also, just knowing that you're affecting X amount of people out there in the Twitterverse or the Blue Skyverse or whatever we want to call it. I think that's really cool, especially when you get to have like interactions with fans through social media and stuff. I think that's it's really neat, and I think a lot of numbers come with that, especially through like notifications and mentions and stuff like that. So I think there is some value to the numbers. I don't think you should focus entirely on them, but I think there is some value to them.
Oh yeah, the numbers are great. Like focusing on them and like interacting with people on social media and stuff is, especially like people who aren't necessarily streamers or are smaller streamers or even bigger streamers, like interacting with anyone on social media because they've watched your content and like you for you essentially is wonderful. But I think that numbers come with time. So I know people, for example, who have been streaming for years and years and years, and they haven't hit the numbers. But that's not because they don't want to. It's because they have a very specific way of doing things, and they're starting to hit milestones now. Like I know someone who's been streaming for 4 years and has only just hit 100 followers. That's no slight on him. He's a great streamer. I love watching him. But he has a very specific way of doing things, and a lot of people don't enjoy that. I also know other people who, for example, are no mic streamers. They'll stream the game, but they won't talk, so you won't be able to listen to them talking. They'll occasionally pop a message in chat, but they're a no mic streamer. They don't want to sit and yap for hours. Essentially, they are there to play a game. So I think it depends entirely on how you're approaching VTubing. Um,
Oh,
so
100%.
numbers just come with time naturally.
I mean, there's also a big difference in what you actually want to achieve with it. Like, if it's just a thing that you want to just hang out with and just be a silly goofball with,
Yeah.
then the numbers don't matter at all. But I mean, if you're actually pursuing something like partner or affiliate, something, I think the numbers of value to like pay attention to. Also, if you're in a situation
Absolutely.
being like a no mic VTuber or streamer in general, that's automatically gonna deter a lot of people because
Yeah.
a lot of the like things people like about Twitch is like the personality, right? And it's very hard to portray a personality without speaking.
Absolutely. I mean, there's statistics around how we portray ourselves as human beings because although I portray a bunny girl on the internet, I am still a human being, and it's something
Wait,
like
wait, really? You're not a bunny
the
girl in real life too?
I know, it's really disappointing. I'm really sad about it. Um, but it's something like body language is the highest method of how we portray ourselves, and then the words we say and the tone of voice is the next thing. So as much as playing a anime person on the internet or a VTuber is great because in some respects you can have your body language on screen if you have full motion tracking and you know that side of things. But then if you don't do that and you don't have you're a no mic streamer, it's very difficult for you to get your personality across, especially if you're playing a game where you can't interact with chat as much because it's a very involved game. But then there are games out there that are literally just, you will have a character on the screen who you've spent some time building something for that character, and then that character goes and does something, and then you've got all the time in the world to sit and interact with chat because that character is basically playing the game for you.
Yeah, I get that.
So there's kind of two different approaches to it.
I mean, also from like the perspective of like people wanting to watch stuff. I mean, there's always something really interesting about people who are really good at what they do. So I think
Absolutely.
even if you don't like do mic and all that stuff, you could probably still get a pretty massive following if you just are like really good at the game. I say just, but
Oh, absolutely.
I mean they obviously take a lot of work to get really good at something. So,
Absolutely.
so I mean, just
Because you can
because
see the hours someone's put into something and the craft essentially.
no, 100%. That's I mean, people are always gonna be drawn to that regardless.
Yeah.
Uh, I had a last question for this little first segment, but I think we've
Yeah.
already kind of touched on that. 'Cause my question was gonna be about your recent donathon and
Oh,
onto
okay.
why you chose it and why the charity is important to you specifically.
Yeah, sorry. I mean, I can rehash it because I don't mind talking about that charity. I really, really respect the work they do.
I
Um,
mean, go ahead, feel free.
so I'm a twin, and my twin sister she has moderate to severe hearing loss in one ear and mild to moderate in the other. When she was a kid, essentially she developed a fungal infection in her ear, which basically ate away at the bone. Um, to the point where she had so many operations and had things like grommets installed, which are supposed to regulate the kind of self cleaning of the ear. They didn't work. They ultimately failed and fell out, which they're supposed to do. But they fell out a lot sooner than the doctors were expecting, and they weren't anywhere near as effective. And since she had all of those, she eventually lost her hearing in one ear and had hearing aids as a kid. And because at the time the doctors were like, "Oh, it's one hearing aid. She can still hear. Like it's fine. She doesn't need to learn sign language or anything like that." And then as she's gotten older, her hearing has gradually deteriorated more and more. My grandma is also severely deaf and deaf in both ears to the point where one ear hearing aids won't help her. So she is entirely deaf in that ear. She does have a hearing aid in the other, but if you are talking to her, she has to be looking at you because she also doesn't know like sign language, because she also had the same fungal infection in her ear when she was a teenager, and the doctors never thought to teach her sign language. So sign language is a very valuable tool when it comes to people with hearing loss or tinnitus and so on and so forth. And unfortunately, the system just failed in the sense of there were two people that I happen to know who didn't get taught it because they, at the time when they went deaf, they didn't need it. And as they've grown up, they have slowly become more reliant on lip reading and just generally being able to see someone face to face. And then COVID hit, where everyone was obviously having to wear the masks and interacting with people became a lot harder for both of them. Like my sister couldn't go to the supermarket and pay for stuff by herself because she would have no idea how much the results were coming out to on the tills.
I can imagine it being
My
incredibly hard to
it
try
was
to
it was
mouth
very
read when
difficult.
everyone wears masks.
It was very difficult, and the fact that my sister worked in customer service at the time as well. So when people were coming back to work, she worked in a coffee shop. So people come into the store and they'd ask for a coffee, but she wouldn't be able to hear them, and her go-to would be to lip read. But obviously everyone was wearing masks, so it was a long, very rough road for her. And there were a lot of people who just didn't really understand. Like she'd ask them to repeat, and they'd get quite aggressive at having to repeat their order or having to repeat anything. And I think just considering the fact that 1 in 10 people in the UK is suffering from some degree of deafness or hearing loss, or 1 in 7 suffers from tinnitus, it's a very stark statistic. And to have someone get aggressive because they have to repeat a a coffee order because someone has a disability is it's heartbreaking to me. So I knew that I wasn't going to raise thousands of pounds for this charity, but the idea of just raising the awareness for a charity that do help and support people with tinnitus, hearing loss, deafness, it was wonderful. It was a great thing for me, because they have helped my family so much out, with, just being there and being a support for someone. So that was kind of it really. It was just more about the raising awareness for them. I wasn't fussed by how much money I made. The fact we made any at all really surprised me. You guys are nuts. And I'm 100% aware it was because people really enjoyed hearing the silly British woman nearly throw up on stream because of being boozled. 100% aware of that. But the fact that it put the name out there for RNID and helped get some of that information across is more than I can ever ask for.
Hell yeah! I mean, I think it's a really good cause, and I learned a couple of things from doing like your birthday stream and just being in your streams in general. Like I didn't understand the problem was that severe, but I mean,
Mm,
raising the awareness is probably, I mean, it could potentially make more money than the stream did. So I mean,
yeah,
in the long run, I think it's a net positive for everyone.
absolutely.
Also, the whole fungal infection in the ear. You said your grandmother and your sister got it.
Yeah, so it was when my sister had it, there wasn't really a lot of research on it, and they've actually been the subject of a research paper. So we now know that it was a hereditary thing, as opposed to something that just happened, which is really interesting because it was something we didn't know beforehand. We just thought it was just a coincidence.
Mm. But I mean, as a twin, I think it's quite remarkable that you didn't catch it as well. Then I mean, or like I don't know if catch it is the right word, but that you didn't get it. I don't know how much hereditary stuff is shared among twins.
So the doctors think that something had to spark it. And unfortunately, me and my twin sister, we look nothing alike. One of us has got one texture hair, and the other one's got another texture hair. And basically, my twin sister was bullied for her texture hair in school. to the point. I think we may have been about 4, and there was a kid who just didn't like her. And so he broke a pencil lead and shoved that in her ear, and that was what sparked it for her. Um,
That
it's
sounds like
just a
a
kid being a
wonderful kid.
stupid kid. Yeah, it was a kid being a stupid kid. And unfortunately, it led to things developing a lot more than anyone ever expected, considering that pencil lead was able to be removed immediately. But it's one of these things. Kids will be kids, and at the end of the day, it's not. Whilst it's impacted my sister's life, it's not. Um, how do you say? It's not. It's not changed her. She is still my sister, and she always will be. Like she is not her deafness, and her deafness is not her. She is still Sister Meg, essentially.
Sister Meg.
Um, well, I'm not going to dox myself by
No,
naming
no,
her.
no, no, you shouldn't.
Um, so she is still my sister, and it hasn't become her. It hasn't changed her in any way. So it's yeah, it is what it is. It's just one of these things.
I mean, that's wonderful to hear that it hasn't changed her as a person. I think that's perfect. I mean, because
Mm,
your ailment and who you are should be always be separated. Because I mean, you aren't your disease or your deafness or whatever it might be that is
yeah.
is affecting you. But I think that's the last question for our first little part here.
Okay. Fab.
Uh, we have a little musical segment here provided by a Danish group or Danish Australian. It's a mixed group. It's very odd. They're called UOS. I'm gonna pop up
fault. Wasn't my fault. I was always told they never got what you would see in me. I guess neither of us found an answer to that question. I felt affected and acted like affection wasn't something that I craved like it was CNC, but I guess you felt rejected. Many nights of many weeks and many months we spent apart, tending to our hearts. I wondered how you were, and all I had to do was ask. And that's a fact that I seemed you just forgot to mention. Anyways, nowadays I feel ashamed about feeling sorry for myself. I never knew that. I'm fine, don't worry. It meant you were crying out for help. It seemed so obvious, but I was so oblivious. I just want to apologize if you're hearing this. After our courtship, I just wanted to be supportive. Because, like, of course we could still be friends. Because I only wanted to lift you up, not push you off the deep end.
Wasn't my fault.
That was our first little music segment from UOS. First song was called One Man Duel, and the second one was called Wasn't My Fault. It's on their new EP, Reject Everything, Embrace Everyone. I personally think the first song is the better of the two. But anyways, I think we're back, and I think we are back with some viewer questions whenever Meg is ready.
Yeah, I'm ready.
I have a couple of questions here from like mutuals and viewers and stuff. Also, if anyone in chat has any questions they would like to ask Meg, then put them in chat, and I might pick a couple of them. But the first question I have here is from Clove, and it's do you have a current book recommendation?
Oh, it depends on the sort of book they are looking for. Um, if you're looking for, I think I recommended it to you as well, actually, Deanie, the more kind of dark sci-fi horror side of things, um, and are quite a big reader, so you like big books, essentially, then the Passage trilogy by Justin Cronin. If again you like kind of horror side of things, then looking at stuff like Exquisite Corpse by I think it's Poppy L. Bright. That's more kind of like body horror stuff. Um, Literally a book you want. No, no, no. We're not judging my Kindle's library. If you because I've got a very hefty Kindle library, but I also have a few very good books in my bookshelf. I think the book I recommend to most of the girlies is obviously ACOTAR, A Court of Thorns and Roses, because we all really enjoy fairy tales, and it's essentially a retelling of Beauty and the Beast with a little bit of spice, as people tend to like these days. Um, and then if you want to go spicier than that, you'll have to get into my DMs, and I can tell you.
Wonderful. So if you want the spicy recommendations, you know where to go.
Yep, I've read too many books this year.
The Key of Anarch. Thank you for the follow, by the way.
Oh, hey, Locke.
So, anyways, next question I have for you is also from Clove, and
No,
it
of course, big
is,
fan, big fan.
what do you consider to be your biggest strength slash weakness?
Um,
Very light,
I
easy
think
question.
a very, very light, easy question. I think biggest weakness is definitely I get distracted very easily. I'll be talking about something or doing something, and then I'll see something in the corner of my eye and be like, "Oh, what was that?" And then I'll get distracted and yap on about that for about 5-10 minutes, and then struggle to remember what I was trying to do. Biggest strength though, I don't know. But can I pass? Because I don't think I have any. I sit and play the silly game. Biggest strength, actually,
What
no, pass.
modesty? Because it sounds like a lot of modesty to me.
No, I have no idea what I'm doing.
Eh,
Um,
fair enough.
and I, I don't know. I think stuff I would consider a strength are what other people kind of excel at. So, for example, you, Deanie, you're very good at talking to people in this setting. Um, I struggle. So I wouldn't be able to sit and hold a conversation for a long period of time and ask loads of questions about people.
Well, I think that's kind of what we're doing right now, though.
Mm, but
Or
this was your idea. I wouldn't have been able to come up with this idea.
you flatter me.
Mm,
No, biggest strength
exactly.
handed
There you
over,
go.
Clove says.
No, I don't have one.
I'm just gonna note it down as modesty then.
Oh God.
I have another question here. Is a
Uh-huh.
vanilla soy latte considered a three-bean soup?
It is considered a free bean soup because it's a vanilla bean, a soybean, and a coffee bean. So it is a free bean soup.
Well, there you have it. Very simple answer for a simple question. I love it.
Yep.
Next one. What would you want written on your gravestone? Again, very lighthearted,
Um,
easy.
Came here for a good time, not a long time.
I love that. I kind of love that. Uh, yeah, that's kind of funny. What,
I
uh,
don't plan on making it past 40. I've already had my midlife crisis. I accept this.
well, that's fair enough.
If I make it past 40, then I've done well.
You've done well then. I have the next question up is butter or cheese?
Cheese,
Cheese?
hands down.
You're not a big butter fan?
No, I'm not. I think if I can get away with using cheese spread instead of like butter for a sandwich, I will absolutely use cheese spread.
So what? You're a big advocate for like cream cheese on sandwiches.
Yeah. If I want to make toast, I don't use butter. I use cheese spread.
Fair enough. I'm sure that works just fine.
It's
Uh,
tasty.
I have a seventh question here from some
Hmm.
viewers. And I quote, "Why you so cute, uwu?"
I feel like they were looking in the mirror when they said that.
Hmm. Again, now we're bringing up this modesty again.
Or is it me flirting with chat?
Oh, it could be you
There are
flirting with
two
chat.
options there.
I mean, I think that it's up to chat to decide then.
No, they were definitely looking in the mirror whilst they were asking that question because I feel like I know who that's from. And I'm not going to out them for it.
You think you knew who that's from? Wonderful.
Mm.
Chat, do you have any questions for Meg? Because if you do, then now is the time to speak up. Otherwise, I'll just start answering the questions myself, even though they were not meant for me.
I
And
think you should answer them.
I don't know if anybody wants that.
I do.
You do?
Hmm.
Well, I can start off with a book recommendation.
Yeah.
Brave New World by Huxley.
Oh yeah.
It's very good. It's like a dystopian future look, written in like the mid 30s. It's basically about like what happens if the government gets full control of like technology and stuff like that. It's set in
Oh
London
sweet.
in 2025 something,
Hmm.
and
Sweet.
basically they're redesigning humans to like either not being able to have children because of overpopulation and basically just controlling humans on a biological level. It's kind of a scary read and more relevant
Nice. I'm
now
gonna
than
plug that.
and more relevant now than ever since we're slowly moving towards what Huxley was very afraid of in the 30s, and we're kind of getting close to it today.
Yeah, so it's kind of leaning towards like the George Orwell 1984, I want to say it is.
Yeah, yeah, it's the same type of
It,
genre. I think it's written before Orwell. I'm not sure, but I mean, it's really good.
mm,
I can very much recommend it. What do I consider my biggest strengths slash weaknesses? I think I have a really good work ethic, and I
you
think
absolutely do. You really annoy me with that, by the way, your work ethic, because you will say you will do something and then it's done 10 minutes later. You really you like you talk the talk and you fucking walk the walk, and it really pisses me off because I'm a procrastinator. So I will say I'll do something and then I'll be like, oh, I'll do that in a minute. And then 24 hours later I still haven't done it.
for weakness, I think my biggest weakness is how overly critical I am of myself. I have a tendency to critique myself quite harshly and kind of punch myself down, which is wild for me to say because
Again,
I
can agree with that, you do.
I kind of have a god complex at the same time, so it's a
You do.
it's a very interesting dynamic. Feeling you're the greatest
You're
at all
like this.
times and hating yourself at all
Oh, we
times
know.
too.
Oh, we know. I agree, Dory. We know. You are very critical of yourself and you don't need to be. Like I think you've said to me that you only a couple of weeks ago you didn't know what a VTuber was. You didn't really sit and watch Twitch. You didn't know a lot of this technology and stuff that you now use. And you've hit affiliate and you've got 100 followers. Like you're absolutely smashing it, and um you're still very critical of yourself, and I don't think you need to be.
I don't know. I think it's because of my past that actually kind of forces me to be critical of myself constantly because I want to be better at all times and I want to improve at all times. So I've kind of been the way I've always done things. Is the more critical I am of myself, the more I drive myself to work harder or to be better.
Hmm.
Uh, is it a healthy way of doing things? Definitely not. Can I recommend it to anyone else? Definitely not.
No.
If you want to love and hate yourself at the same time extremely, it's a great way to go about
Noted. Chat, take notes.
it. I see a question from Dory. I have a question from the audience. When is Deanie done answering questions? That's a good question.
No, it's no, when Dini is done.
Oh, I am done. Dory, go for it. Oh, I thought it was when I was done.
What is my favorite tea?
I think I can
Um,
answer this one.
yeah, it's Yorkshire tea. It's just a classic English black tea. No sugar, just a splash of milk. I know a lot of people in the UK will be like, "That's not a builder's tea," and you're right, it's not. Builder's tea has two sugars. But yes, just classic Yorkshire tea
Well,
is
there
the
you have it.
only way forward.
I'm more of a oolong kind of guy.
Yeah, I know. It's because you're a pompous prick.
I think if you ask Clove, I'm a pompous bastard, but I think prick
Same
works.
but different.
I think both work. Is there any other questions from chat that we want to ask Meg? Because if not, I can also just ask her some dumb questions right quick, just off the top of the dome.
Oh no.
I mean, I guess I could get us started with a question. What is
Hmm.
the deal with black pudding?
Oh god, I have no idea.
You have
I
no
can't
idea.
stand the shit. It's awful.
Dory
Absolutely.
Dory asks, "What is your favorite tattoo that you have?"
Oh, I I used to have a really bad tattoo on the back of my shoulder, and I got that when I was 18. Earlier this year I got it removed, so I've been going through laser removal. And do not recommend. That is more painful than the tattoo. Um, but I've since gotten it covered up with just flowers, and I don't know what it is. I'm not normally an overly girly girl. Like
Could have
I
fooled me.
don't. Yeah, I know. I could have fooled a lot of people. Um, I'm not. a big florals kind of person, and yeah, I have a floral half sleeve. So go figure.
What kind of flowers did you get it covered up with?
Um, hold on, I need to check because I don't, I
You
don't
don't
know.
actually know? That's crazy.
So it's because the artist has kind of made, like, not made their own, but the artist has mixed a few different flowers together, so it's just a different type, like different blossoms and such. Um, those blossoms then do fade down into a foxglove. There's a cypress branch, a couple of different animal skulls mixed in there, a beetle and a moth as well. So there's a few different things mixed in there.
Okay, okay.
Yeah,
Sounds pretty.
I'm a big fan.
Well, I fucking hope so. Ooh, Clove coming in with a big question here. Who has the biggest impact in your life?
um, she's gonna hate me for saying this, but Classic French Noob is actually probably one of the has made the biggest impact in my life. I think when Tats and I first met, um, we met at university. Yeah, Tats mentioned. Wait, what the fuck? Yeah, I know. Um, so we met at university, and we both met through mutuals. And the fact that one of her housemates was in my class, her other housemate was from the same area I'm from, and we just kind of met through kind of the amalgamation of I hung out with both of these people, so therefore Tats and I became friends. And since then, I think since we met, Tats has seen me go through some good times, some really good times, and some really really bad times, and has been by my side every single step of the way. And I'm not an easy person to put up with when I am going through it. So the fact that they have managed to put up with me and stick with me through those times has been phenomenal, and I love them. They are my best friend, and they're gonna kill me right after this. So
I mean, I know
I've never tried.
I know I speak for most people in this chat, and I think we're all big fans of Tats. Uh,
Mm,
we've all seen her in your streams before, and she is very entertaining to hang around. Always brings a good little bit of comedy.
mm.
Uh,
She is fucking funny as well. So
I
yeah,
absolutely
we
agree.
love her.
I think there's a question from Olivia. What was your inspiration to be a VTuber and why?
Um, so
We've touched on this a little bit
mm,
earlier, but I think it's okay to reestablish.
mm-hmm. Um, so um, yeah, it was more so through convenience, um, as opposed to oh, I really want to do this. This is my calling. I really want to become a famous VTuber. No, nothing like that. It was literally I would come home from work and my partner played a lot of World of Warcraft, and it was like, okay, well, he always has plans, and now I need to find something to do. And whilst Tats and I would always play games together in the evenings, there are days where obviously I can't rely on Tats to be my social entertainment. So um, it was much more of a okay. Well, solo games are kind of boring, unless I've got someone to talk to. Um, and it was just much more of a if I stream, then I don't want to have to put makeup on or sometimes put a bra on in the evenings. Like sometimes I want to get in from work and just chill. And if I started streaming and had a camera on, then people are going to see my face and no one wants that. Um, so I made the model for free and was like, okay, well, this can go into this system and this seems to work. Um, and yeah, it was just one of those things that it was more a kind of convenience to have something to do in the evenings as opposed to I really, really wanted to do this.
I mean, I think that's kind of funny, honestly.
I just got bored one evening and was like, I'm going to make a VTuber model.
I mean, it's kind of how I became a VTuber as well. I was like, I don't get this.
Yeah.
Fuck it, I'm doing it.
Yeah. Like I'd been in the community, well, in some communities for about a year, thanks to modding for Dr. Blue. And yeah, I knew people, so I hit affiliate really quickly because I had made friends in the community. I'm like ridiculously grateful for the people in that community that stuck around and stuck with me. And I'm even more grateful for the friends I've made along the way as well. So I just yeah, I've really enjoyed it in comparison to what I thought it would be, which would be me just talking to the void.
Oh, I get that. Just talking to the void is kind of like, what am I doing? Why am I here?
Yeah, I found that I really struggle talking to the void. I don't normally struggle to yap, but when there is no one yapping back, it's really difficult. And I think a lot of people kind of take that for granted. So I'm really grateful for the people that do turn up and chat and do sit and yap away with us.
I absolutely agree. I couldn't agree anymore. I see. I see a question from the key of Anarch. They ask, do you have some chunky metal music to recommend?
So much Lock.
And why is it Sleep Token?
So I do really enjoy Sleep Token. That is, it's no fucking secret. Like I have to listen to them pretty much daily for me to, be able to function. But a Peak Token, absolutely L. I also really like Baby Metal at the moment. But I have kind of been getting into Falling in Reverse,
Oh,
and
me too.
they I don't really like rap music, but they're growing on me, and I don't know if that's just because I will just whack on a random playlist and just let it play out whilst I'm streaming. Papa Roach is also always a win.
Papa Roach Vintage. I like it.
Yeah, yeah. Lock, I think favorite song. I think there's too many songs, and I'm also one of these people who, unless I really start to vibe with one specific song and then play it on repeat until I am sick of it, I don't actually look at the names of the bands or the names of the songs that I'm listening to because I'll just chuck it on and vibe.
Oh,
So I
I
think
do
Locke,
the
you've
exact
been
same.
in. Yeah, well, Locke's been in my chats and been like, "Oh, what is this song?" And I've had to pause the game I'm playing to find the song because I don't know what the name of it is. I couldn't even tell you the artist because it's just on my random playlist on YouTube.
That's lovely. I see Clove had a question earlier. Do you have an Oshi?
Hmm. No, but I am taking applications.
Taking applications.
Mm.
I thought it worked the other way around. Have I misunderstood what an
No,
Oshi is?
I, I don't know. I don't fully know what I know she is. Where do you sign up? Um, you
Hey,
can slide into my
Elias,
DM
thank you
story.
for the raid. Welcome,
Hello,
Raiders.
hello, Raiders.
We're just having a little conversation here with Meg, talking about VTubing and life in general, actually. I hope your game went well, or whatever you actually ended up doing. If you need to
Wait,
raid and
Elias is
run, that's
also a
fine.
Brit. Hold on a minute.
It
I
is another Brit,
recognize that
indeed.
hello.
That is that is indeed a Brit.
I recognize that hello.
Clove, if I could get a shout out for Elias, that'd be great.
Already been done, Deanie.
Huh? I don't see
There's
that.
already a shout out for Elias.
I didn't see that. Oh well, my
Oh,
mods are better
well.
than I thought. That's perfect. Uh, so
But
if
no, Oshi, I will take applications. Dora, you
wonderful.
can sign up by sliding in my DMs.
Well, you heard it here first. Dory, slide in them DMs. Um, do we have any other questions from chat now that we have Raiders in here as well? Because
Clove
otherwise we will
Hamilton.
be.
My favorite Hamilton clove is the Hamilton song clove is Burn. I fucking love that song. It's just such a good ballad. I love a good power ballad.
Wonderful.
Yeah. Yeah.
But if we have no more questions from chat, then I think we'll go on to our second music segment from UOS.
Perfect.
And This is the album art from their 2016 album called Vices. It's a mixture of the two band members' faces mashed together, and I think it's quite funny. And here is the first song.
Kicking off my vices, ain't tryna be lifeless, ain't tryna be righteous, but that's all that my life is, having an identity crisis. Cause I like this, don't have the mic to fight this. So I might just go, might just try this blow, might just like this dro, might just go get plastered hard, no matter what the price is, I put it on my MasterCard. Vices, 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 that's all that my life is. Vices, vices, ain't tryna be lifeless. Vices, vices, that's all that my life is. Vices, vices, ain't tryna be brainless, but I can't tame this. Wanna be famous, wanna be painless. Wanna fuck chicks like Genghis, but I am gameless. Running around aimless, life needs changes. Lifestyle is dangerous, but I don't care now, cause I came to bust, came for drugs, came to make it bust, get laden up, blaze it up, fill a cup and raise it up. Don't care how I feel when I'm waking up, until I do. When I'm waking up around 2, then I'm making up an excuse so I can blaze it up with my crew. Everything they say about us is true, so fuck my habits, cause I'm an addict. Fuck giving up and fuck you. With this list of my vices, make it crack in my eyes, lens, make me regret my time spent. I guess we'll know when my life ends. Make it go away. Make it go away. Make it go away. Make it go away. You've got vices, say. Make it go away. You've got vices, say. Make it go away.
Satan has brainwashed a whole nation. He's brainwashed them to the point to where sin's no longer sin, death is no longer death. You live in an insane society, for there is no fear of God in their eyes. Nobody fears God anymore.
Having an identity crisis, cause I like this, don't have the mic to fight this. So I might just go, might just try this blow, might just like this dro, might just go get plastered hot, no matter what the price is, I put it on my MasterCard. Vices, 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 that's all my life is. Vices, vices, ain't tryna be lifeless. Vices, vices, that's all that my life is. Vices, vices, ain't tryna be lifeless. People tell me, look around at your life, is it good enough? Have you found that light, is it looking up? Is it out of sight, do you doubt what you write? Is it good enough? Are you about that life, are you doing drugs? Have you hit that pipe, are you shooting up? Are you knowing where you hang, are you talking new slang? Are you rolling with a gang, are you shooting stuff? Have you got them hits, have you fucked them chicks? Have you made it big bro? Nah, didn't think so, but you played that get-go. Tell me how did it go? People show up, did you get dough? Are you run around town, need a whip low? I just wrote these raps, what you think bro? Can you help get my foot in the door or make it crack in the window? Do you really think you're better than me? Do you really think you're better than geese? Do you really think you're better than the veterans? You're the best that we ever seen. Am I supposed to respect that dummy? How you gon' get that buzzing? Tell me, we ain't dressed that bummy. How you gon' get that money? How you gon' get it? How you gon' get that money? How you gon' get it? How you gon' get it? Get it, get it, get it. How you gon' get it? How you gon' get that money? How you gon' get it? How you gon' get it? Get it, get it, get it. How you gon' get it? How you gon' get that money? How you gon' get it? How you gon' get it, get it, get it, get it? Yes. No. Maybe. Yes. No. Maybe. Yes. Yes. No. Yes. No. Yes. Maybe. Yes. I don't know. Yes. I don't know. Yes. Yes. No. Maybe. Yes. I've been smile so many times when you're penning these rhymes? Does music make you happy what you're getting in life? Does the fact you're getting nowhere get depressing at times? Is the fact you're dating no one way you're bending your rhymes? If it happened right now, would you be ready to die? If it is you right now, would you be ready to fight? When you're better, were you scared of what your enemy's right? When you're better, how much truth behind your enemy's lines? Are you mad that you took those L's? Have you got a plan to correct yourself? Would you ever give up? Would you get a real job? If a label asked, would you sell? Do you only rap to get wealth? Do you drink cause you think it helps? Were you a cool when you were growing up? Are you trying to slow it up? Are you worried about your health? Tell me, what does US stand for? Tell me, do you get groupies when you're banned or tell me? Are you really the man or do you suffer from delusions of grandeur? Am I supposed to respect that dummy? How you gon' get that buzzing? Tell me, we ain't dressed that bummy. How you gon' get that money? How you gon' get it? How you gon' get that money? How you gon' get it? How you gon' get it? How you gon' get it? How you gon' get that money? How you gon' get it? How you gon' get it? How you gon' get it? How you gon' get that money? How you gon' get it? How you gon' get it?
That was two songs off the album Vices. It was Vices and question mark second. The next segment we have here is kind of a unique one. Um, so we're gonna figure out who is smarter. If Meg is smarter than Chat, or if Chat is smarter than Meg. Also, I see Jake OC in the chat, who is the guy rapping on the songs. So show him some love. He's a great guy. Does some good music. So the way we're gonna do this is we're gonna just go by the honor rules, and Meg, you're gonna have to fight against all the cheaters that are cheating in chat.
It's fine. I mean, you guys will be able to hear when if not when, but if I decided to cheat, because of the fucking typewriter I have.
Oh, that is true. Kind of have a cheating protection. I love it.
Mm-hmm.
So, the first question we have on this little lovely quiz we got going on here is the movie Titanic was released in what year?
Oh, bollocks.
I've started a timer for a minute. You will have a minute to
For a
answer.
minute. Hold on a minute.
Just a minute.
Oh God.
We can do a little more time if you rather have that.
No, shut up. I'm thinking. It was like 90. I'm not even looking at my screen anymore.
Probably.
God, was it like 90, 96?
Is that your final answer?
I don't know. Yeah, sure. Why not?
That is indeed incorrect. It
Oh,
is
yeah, before we go
1997.
I was fucking close.
Very close. I see Elias got it right, and I see Kiev Anarch got it right. So I think it's 1-0 to chat so far.
Yep. Well, that figures. Oh,
Next question.
agile. I think people are in agile. Dean.
Feel on agile.
I
Wonderful.
can get a 3 point. Wonderful.
Agile. If somebody could inform me when they're out of agile, that'd be wonderful. 1-1. Who gets a free point? Meg does not get a free point.
Oh.
No, Clove, that's not how that works. Also, I'm gonna make Umbral very happy here.
Oh no.
Oh no, what?
I think I know what the next question is going to be about then.
Oh, it's not related to the questions.
Give me a Subway Surfers.
No, it's on screen. I concur. 3 point. It seems like chat likes you a whole lot.
Yeah. Yeah, I want 3 points.
Chad,
Take pity on me. I'm
Chad,
dumb.
you understand that you're playing against Meg, correct? Anyway,
Give
so
me that point.
you know what? Just because Chad really wants it, I'll take Chad's point away and give it to Meg.
No, that's not what they wanted.
I know that's not what they wanted, but that's what they got.
Okay. 0-2. I like it.
No, it's 0-1. So, second question. What is
Yeah.
the currency of Denmark?
Oh.
I have
You
started a
literally
timer.
said this to me the other night.
I have
what is
told you
it?
this the other night. You're correct.
I should know this. We were talking about it.
We indeed were talking about it. You still have 45 seconds on the clock.
Isn't it like Kronas, something like that?
Is that your final?
Yeah, sure. Why the fuck not?
No, Umbral. I would love it to be Dini dollars, but it's sadly not. The correct answer is kroners,
Yeah.
and I believe you did say that.
Mm.
I also see somebody else that got that right. Danish krone is very close. Dini dollars is appreciated.
Dini dollars is not correct though. Don't fuel his ego that much.
It is. I don't have my own currency yet, but we are working on it. Yeah, no. I think Meg wins this one.
Yeah.
Meaning because chat decided to give you their first point, it's 0-2 to Meg.
To be fair, Clove did predict that.
This is true. Clove did predict it. Dini dollar Bitcoin when?
Look, what do you mean it's on the damn wiki?
What's on the wiki? Well, Umbro, you redeemed it and you got the full one. That's how it works. Next question, our third question. Who wrote the book Chitty Chitty Bang Bang, The Magic Car? Surely you know
What?
this one, Meg. Who wrote the book Chitty Chitty Bang Bang, The Magical Car? I start the timer now.
Oh god, who was it? Oh, I can't. Is it? See, I know I used to have this book as a kid.
Chitty Chitty Bang Bang, The Magic Car?
Yeah. Was it Roald Dahl?
Is that your final answer?
Yeah.
That is incorrect. It's
Oh,
Ian
okay.
Fleming.
Oh, okay.
And
in my defense, I never did English. I never did English literature as a degree.
Elias did though, and didn't get it.
Oh.
The
Elias,
Key of
I'm so
Anarch did
sorry.
get it though, so we are gonna award Chad a point.
Nice. Also, you had 2 redeems of Subway Surfers, and I don't see any Subway Surfers.
I had 2 redeems. Oh, I see it now.
Yeah, me and Tats.
You and Tat, wonderful.
Yeah.
There we go. Subway Surfers it is.
Yeah, look at him go.
Yeah, just doing the thing. Very good at it.
You didn't even realize chat was playing Tats.
I mean,
Green does the burr.
Okay. Question number 4. Which legendary
Right.
surrealist artist is famous for painting melting clocks?
Oh god, I'm gonna sound like such an idiot if it isn't.
It sounds like you already have
Salvador
it.
Dali, isn't it?
You are indeed correct, and it looks like chat
Yeah.
was also very much agreeing. So I think it's point for both.
I was out there like, wait, is it Picasso? No, it can't be Picasso.
It's very much not Picasso.
Picasso, Van Gogh? Yeah, absolutely.
Picasso, Van Gogh? Yeah, that's the right one. So it's currently 2-3 to chat. No, 2-3 to Meg.
Oh,
The continental United States has 4 time zones. Can you name them? I have started the time.
no, because I can barely remember what fucking time zone I'm in.
You're in BST.
Currently.
Yes.
End of the week, it'll be GMT. So there's Pacific Standard Time, Mountain Standard Time, Central Standard Time. Oh god, is it East or West? Eastern Standard Time?
Are those your final answers?
No. Yeah.
Well, that's wonderful that you decided to go with Eastern, because the correct answer is Pacific, Mountain, Central, and Eastern.
Oh, great.
No, Dory, it's not north, south, east, and west. Since north and
I wish
south
it was
would
Dory. That would make
si-
my life so much easier.
since north and west would be the same time zone.
Do you mean North and South?
Yeah, north and south, exactly. Pacific, Mountain, Standard, Central, and yeah,
East.
the key of Anarch is really giving you some competition here, Meg.
Well, in my defense, Locke is American. So Locke knows those time zones.
Well, that's wonderful.
No, Umbral. No, you can't.
Umbral, you can
You
submit.
missed your chance.
Umbral, you can submit a question if you ask it in a DM to me. Then I will evaluate if it's a good question. Next question: how many brains?
I agree, Elias. Brit debuff. Brit debuff.
How many brains does an octopus have?
I don't know. 2?
I'm gonna give chat some time to answer as well.
Okay.
I see 12 from Dory. I see 3 from Anarch. More than Tats.
That was also going to be my answer. It was more than me.
Well, it's not incorrect, so it's not correct enough, though.
But it's not wrong.
Yeah, but it's also not correct enough.
But it's not wrong, Deanie.
But it's not correct enough, and I make the rules.
Okay.
The correct answer is quite wild, actually. I didn't know this before researching for this. The correct answer is 9.
9? Jesus.
Octopus have 9 brains, which is wild. That's
That is
way
wild.
that's way too many thoughts. I don't want this. So you
It
did
is,
get
it is.
the Brit debuff earlier, but
I did.
here's a British relevant one. For question number
no.
7, what is the only London Underground station with a Z in its name?
Oh god.
Timer has been started.
It's the Elizabeth line.
Oh, I suppose that is true as well.
Wait, is that not the one you were thinking of?
That is not the answer I have.
Oh, okay.
But I suppose that is true. But when is the Elizabeth line from?
I don't live in London, Deanie. I don't get the tube.
I'm aware.
Oh, fuck's sake. Where does the Elizabeth line go? It's the tube. Yep. Come on, Elias, you can do this. I don't know where. I think
5
it goes
seconds.
towards Reading. I'm trying to think of the other tube line now. So there's Central City in London, a city in
But the
London,
Elizabeth line
Waterloo.
is a line,
Waterloo.
correct? It's not a station.
Oh shit! Yeah, you're right. Yeah, I don't know the tube map well enough.
Let's see if chat got it right. United States of London. Tatch, you're not correct. Elias, I'll give you 5 more seconds because you seem like you really want to know the answer.
Come on, Elias, don't let us down. Don't let the Brits down like I have.
I mean, I can already tell you Meg is not getting a point.
Yeah, no, absolutely not.
London's bridges. Tats, I love it. I'm a failed Londoner. Elias, I'm sorry to inform you, but that is an incorrect answer. The correct answer is Belsize Park.
Oh, yeah, I've never been there.
Well,
I don't go to London often.
maybe you should go. It's probably great.
I don't know. It's in London.
It is indeed in London. Next,
London scares me. It's busy.
the next question is also very Brit focused. It is
Fantastic.
What is the most sold flavor of Walker's crisps?
Salt and vinegar.
Is that your final answer?
No, but sure.
No, but sure. You still have
Yeah, why not?
45 seconds to think about it, Meg. So
No, I'm going with it.
take
I'm trusting my gut on this one.
Trusting the gut, I like it.
It's probably false.
I'm giving chat some time to respond. The fuck are even
Walker's
those?
crisps are like Lay's.
They're basically Lays.
Yeah.
Ready salted. Feels like it's a trick question, says Elias. Home field advantage.
Home field advantage.
I believe there are Brits in the chat and Brit in the call, so I think it's fair.
Also, you asked me about time zones.
Correct.
Do you realize how long I was posting BST +1 on my schedules? I'm not good at times.
Well, time's up. And the correct answer is cheese and onion.
Oh, fucking... It's not a good flavor.
I like them. I'm a big cheese and onion fan.
I'll eat them, but I don't know, I just feel like they're overrated. I never get enough of the onion flavor, it's always just cheese. And I like cheese, but I've brought something because it's cheese and onion. Yeah, it's mid. It's mid. Mid at best.
I like them. I think they're good.
GMT minus 24 plus 1, exactly.
You do great, Umbral. I believe in you. For the 9th and second to last question, what does...
Oh, the penultimate.
Penultimate is also a way of saying it. I was thinking it as I was saying it.
Uh-huh, sure.
What does the Latin word tempus mean in English?
You're asking me Latin?
Correct.
I barely speak English.
Well, I'm asking you Latin. The Latin word tempus, what does it mean in English? 45 seconds on the clock. Dun, dun, dun.
Time, I guess. I'm trying to think. I'm trying to relate it back to Spanish.
Spanish is
And I
based in
can't
Latin.
think of... Yeah, I can't... Well, Latin is the root of a lot of languages in Europe and across Europe and such, but I can't think of any word that goes with tempest, so I don't know. Time.
The correct answer is indeed time. Congratulations. You're still ahead of chat because chat decided to give their first point to you.
Honestly, I appreciate the pity point.
For the last question, the 10th question, the final question.
Mm-hmm.
How many permanent teeth does a dog have?
I don't even know how many teeth an adult has.
You don't.
And I think I'm an adult.
You think you're an adult. You're not sure.
I don't know. 38.
38 is being guessed by Meg.
It's a big guess.
Is that your final answer?
Yes.
I also see a couple of answers in chat. And if that's your final answer, we can end the round here unless we have more chatters that would like to answer. Because indeed the correct answer is 42, which both Key of Anrak, Dory, and maybe Clove answered. Elias was only 2 short. You were 4 short. Meaning
Bastards.
that at the 10th question, we got a tie.
Ooh.
Meaning we're going to go into a tiebreaker.
Uh-oh.
Oh, don't worry. You'll do great, I'm sure.
Uh-huh, sure.
What was the old name for a Snickers bar before it changed in 1990?
Did it have to be a candy bar that's got nuts in?
Yes, it
Why
did.
would I can't, I don't even buy them.
What was Snickers called before it changed names in 1990? Jake's out here with a racial slur bar.
I don't know, a Snorkers.
A
Wait,
Snorkers?
I can't eat them. I've
Well,
never once brought
well, I don't know what to tell you here. John, just a John bar?
You know I'm allergic to nuts.
I do? No, I had no idea.
Sure.
That chat is what you call sarcasm for the Americans who don't understand sarcasm. The correct answer is indeed a marathon bar.
Yeah, Elias is the better Brit here. Probably because they can buy a Snickers.
That might be true. So
honor reclaimed.
and not Elias, not only is the honor reclaimed, because of you, Chad is victorious, and Meg is indeed dumber than Chad.
I am dumb as a brick. Dumb as a rock. Yeah, they both work.
Dumber than a box of rocks.
Yeah.
Good old Southern saying. I'm not gonna say the rest of it because the rest of it is very racist. More Subway Surfers, huh? But
I like their Subway Surfers.
Chad loves Subway Surfers. We know this. This is very true.
I remember when you told me you were setting up Subway Surfers so your chat would have something to watch alongside you. And I was like, that's never going to be, like, that's not going to work. And now I also sit and watch the Subway Surfers whilst listening to you yap.
It absolutely fucking works. It's a wonderful idea.
It's great. It's really good for the ADHD brain.
Right? I think before we go to our last musical segment, I think we're gonna take some questions from chat. Basically a free for all question, so you can ask either me or Meg questions. Anything goes, I think, unless we don't want to answer them.
Fuck it.
I will not be telling you my address or my full legal name or anything like that. What's your favorite color? Meg, you want to start with what your favorite color is?
Yeah, it's green. I think green's just very natural and very freeing. But also it can be cold, it can be warm. Just green.
Mine would be burgundy.
Nice.
Which is also my favorite wine region.
Oh, you're one of those. Okay, got it.
One of those? What the fuck is that supposed to mean?
If I buy wine, I just go into Tesco's and buy the cheapest shit I can because I'm broke.
That's completely fair. Tea or coffee?
It depends on how lazy I'm feeling because I drink black coffee, but I drink a milky tea. So if I'm feeling really late, I don't even measure out how much coffee I put in a cup. So if I'm feeling really lazy, I will just guesstimate how much a teaspoon of coffee is and chuck that in a cup with some hot water. Um, but if I feel like, just a comfort drink, then tea.
I think I would have to go for tea. I don't really drink
Mm,
coffee. I drink like the occasional
uh,
espresso, but that's it.
I do love a good espresso.
I see a lot of like password recovery questions in the chat. Also Burgundy, and it's not included in your model. You're correct. It's not included in my model currently.
Note the currently.
The 3 digits on the back of your card, 666.
911.
Anything works.
Send help. Send help.
Send help. She's not being held against her will. I've been informed to say. Based.
You've been informed. Hold on a minute.
What now?
Who informed you not to say that?
I don't think you should worry about that.
Oh, okay. Got it.
I'm not gonna tell you what street I lived on when
Cove,
I was 10
Cove,
years old.
Cove, I don't have the model where I can blink.
No,
If anything, my
no.
eyes are currently pinned open. Send help.
No, Meg, if you need help, just go ahead and blink. That's completely valid.
Currently with I can't blink.
Well, sounds like you're having a great time then. If there's no more
Yep.
questions, I think we can continue to our last musical segment, and after that, we're gonna wrap. Oh, actually, I remembered that Umbral had a question for
Umbral
you.
did have a question. Blink harder, we can't hear. Blink, blink.
What is it? Why is it called oven? What? No, Umbral. What? What is this?
No, read it. Go on, read it.
Why is it called oven when you off in the cold food of out hot eat the food? What in the fuck?
I actually don't know what you're on about.
I have no idea. I feel like I had an aneurysm just now.
I mean,
I don't know what the hell that was, and Umbral, you should be ashamed of yourself. Hey, Dazen, how you doing? Answer the question, damn it. Yeah, Meg, answer the question. You want me to ask you the question again?
Yes, please. I really want to hear you read that out again.
Why is it called oven when you off in the cold food of out hot eat the food?
I'm sorry, could you just repeat that one more time for me?
Why is it called oven when you off in the cold food of out hot eat the food?
Sorry, I feel like chat are really enjoying having you say this. So, whilst I try to think of an answer, can you just say it one more time for me?
Last time. Why is it called oven when you off in the cold food of out hot eat the food? What in the hell is happening?
I think Umbral may have,
Had a stroke and
had
accidentally fell on his
a
keyboard?
menti B. The
Yeah.
answer is yes. Okay, yes.
That's why
No, I think Umbral may have had a mental breakdown and is taking it out on you.
That's very likely. It's very likely.
Yeah.
I saw a question earlier from Clove. What's something people assume about you most frequently? That you're British?
I mean, that's not an assumption. I feel like I've I can't exactly escape the fact that my accent very much gives me away. And apparently the way I speak as well also gives me away for the fact that I am British. I think people I mean, people who see
Meg
me in
is
person
British.
assume...
Yeah, Dory, I'm
I
also
know.
surprised. I didn't know. I'm gonna be honest. If I knew she was British, I wouldn't have
Right.
invited her.
No, Elias, you feel it. I'm good. I think people, depending on like the people who know me in person, I think I I have a bit of a resting bitch face. Um, so I'm just you know, I don't look very approachable, especially with the fact that I wear a lot of black. I have loads of tattoos. Um, and then yeah, I just have a resting bitch face, and people just tend to assume that I'm a bit of a problem, if not just unapproachable. And I like to think I'm fairly approachable.
I think I can say the exact same thing. People have a tendency of thinking I'm an asshole, which I
Yeah,
am,
exactly that.
but
Exactly that.
I also very much have a resting "go fuck yourself" face.
Yeah. hmm
I think it's
But
just
then the same is also true for like if someone says something and like when you have to really school your face to sit down, or not to sit down, but to not react. So if someone says something obscenely dumb and you're like you're a dumbass, but your face says that, I think I refer to it as my face has subtitles, so I can't control my facial features. So it's either resting bitch face or someone has said something and it's ridiculous or I'm pissed off with it. And you can tell like that there is no in between.
I think I'm in this constant state of I'm pissed looking face.
Yeah, I
Uh,
think Clove has put it best there, pompous fucking bastard.
Fucking bastard this time. Usually it's just pompous
Mm.
bastard. That's interesting.
Nah, no, we've graduated from that.
We're evolving. I like it. I like it. We're getting better now. More words. I like it.
Mm.
Uh, Meg, does everyone assume that Lopunny is your favorite Pokemon?
No, actually.
Oh, interesting.
I've had people assume that my favorite Pokemon is oh god, who is it? Umbreon, the Dark Evolution.
Uh, Umbreon? I'm not a big
Umbreon,
Pokemon.
that's the one.
That one, Clove.
Yeah,
That one.
Umbreon, purely because, like, again, when you see me in person, I very much fit the goth aesthetic. There's a lot of black eye makeup, a lot of black clothing, black nail polish, lots of tattoos. Like, I fit that aesthetic down to a T sometimes. So people are just like, oh, okay, that must be it. They're not wrong.
Hmm.
But also, I like Psyduck. Psyduck is actually probably my favorite. Psyduck's my favorite. But people assume that it's like, you know, Umbreon.
There was another question from Clove here. What's an immediate green flag for you when you're interacting with other people?
How they interact with other people around them. Um, so are they kind to other people? Are they generally quite nice? So do they talk over each other? Do they listen for other people? Do they take on board what someone is saying to them? So just how they interact with someone, and if it's good vibes, then I get good vibes and a green flag.
For me, a green flag would be if they leave me alone and not bother me too much. I like that a lot. I honestly prefer when people first time meeting avoid talking to me because usually people want to get to know people and I'm like I don't want to talk to you. I usually have either a
Yeah,
pint or a whiskey in my hand and I'm like I'm just here to scream obscenities at my friends and drink this alcoholic beverage.
I suppose the resting go fuck yourself face helps with that though.
Yeah, it really does. It really does. Most people the first time they meet me assume I hate them, um,
Mm-hmm.
which is not always the case. Sometimes it is. Uh, I usually actually quite like people I meet because I'm usually only introduced to people through mutual friends and whatnot. So
Uh-huh.
I tend to like the people I'm around, but they
So
kind of have an assumption that they hate me. Other way around.
so to feed on from that question then, um, is that with people that you meet in person or people online? Because I always assumed that when we first spoke online that, that not that you hated me, but I just have that general anxiety where people just dislike me anyway. Um, But I didn't get the vibes that you disliked anyone that we were interacting with at the time.
I think it's different because it's online, right? And it kind of it's a forum that I've explained a couple of times before that kind of works like
Mm,
opposite to meeting people in real life. Because if you, for
hmm.
instance, if you take the bar as an example, in a bar you can
Yeah.
kind of look at people and see how they interact and be like kind of what they do, and you can make your own decision if you want to walk up and talk to a person, right? And
Hmm.
you can kind of gauge who the person is before you even talk to them. Where, for instance, if you're streaming on Twitch, it's very much the opposite. It's like you sit down in a bar, listen to the music, and put on blindfold and wait for people to come up and talk to you. You don't really have the privilege of getting to know people before they start talking to you. So,
Yeah, I
from
suppose.
that aspect, people I interact with is usually people I already have a feeling that I'm gonna like because I've already kind of, quote unquote, like scoped them out, like scouted them a little bit, and be
Hmm.
like, hey, good, I enjoy having a conversation with this person. And then
Yeah.
after that, I can kind of gauge if I actually want to start talking to or interacting in people's chats.
Hmm. Yeah, I get that.
So to answer your question, didn't dislike you when I first started interacting with you because I've already decided that I probably would like you.
Yeah, definitely. Clove, definitely write that down. Deanie likes us, and we'll take that as a win. A win is a fucking win.
Well, that's interesting. Uh, yeah. Do we have more questions in chat?
Elias, you're not wrong. I did really enjoy Ruby. So I watched the first few seasons of that. Very much enjoyed the story. And I think my character design. It a lot of people have said it reminds them of Scarlet. I'll be honest, I kind of forgot Scarlet existed. Um, until people have said my design reminds them of Scarlet. So it might have been just that Scarlet lived rent free in the back of my brain for a little while because she's cute. And it subconsciously reminded me of her whilst I was making my model. So quite possibly. But yeah, I think with my model, it just so happened to be that I have brown hair. So my model has brown hair. I like the color green, so my model's got green. I'm not really a big skirts person, so my model wears shorts or trousers. Um, Whereas obviously Scarlet wears trousers and shorts because she's an action character. So it's I can see the similarities. That wasn't really what I was going for, but I also can appreciate the fact that they're there.
I saw Clove asking actually a pretty interesting question. A song lyric that resonates with you.
Um,
I have one if you need a little thinking time.
yeah, I need to think about that.
It's a lyric from from the band Pup from their song "Free at Last," and in the chorus they sing just cause you're sad again, it doesn't make you special at all. And I kind of like that
Nice.
because sure you're sad, but everyone else probably is also sad. So hold your horses. You're probably gonna get through it anyways.
Um, for me, I think I would actually need to think about them for a bit longer, Clove, purely because I I have so many songs that I will listen to on repeat. Um, but I also have the brain capacity of a sieve, so I can never remember the lyrics. Um, and like unless I'm actually actively listening to it, if that makes sense. So I will listen to a song and instantly know what the lyrics are and be able to sing along or scream along to my heart's content. But then the minute I try to remember them on the spot without the song or even just the music, I can never remember them.
Ray, thank you for the raid. We're kind of just
Hi, Rye.
we're taking questions right now, just talking to Meg here. So if you have any questions, shoot. You have the floor. No pressure though. Also welcome in raiders, of course. If you need to raid and run and all that good stuff, remember to do that. Take care of yourself before. Is that a is that a is that a raccoon playing the bongos?
You're not wrong. It is. It is.
Hey Meg, will you play A Quiet Place?
Oh God. Right. You you're a problem because you know that I am chicken shit scared. Um
Sounds like some good content then.
it does sound like some really good content. I don't know, we'll see how I get on in We Harvest Shadows because I'm already terrified of that. Um and then depending on how that goes, possibly. Do it you won't? Alright, bet I'll buy it right now.
Well, you heard it here first. Meg will be playing A Quiet Place. I
It
think
might not be in spooky month, but yeah,
I also think Tats has
I
a question
will.
for you, Meg. Will you finally marry Tats?
Absolutely.
Well, there it is. Getting married and getting a Quiet Place all in the same stream. Wonderful.
Yeah, right. I'll let you know how We Harvest Shadows goes because I'm so scared.
Chloe, feel free to fire away with correct questions. We have plenty of time, I think. If you had to pick a song that reminds you of the other, what would it be? Oh, song or music genre? A genre that reminds me of Meg or a song? That is kind of tough. Okay. Meg. Indini? Jesus Christ, Clove. Uh, while I think of that, can you answer if Dory can be the flower girl for you and Tats's wedding?
Absolutely. Of course you can. Oopdini. Oopdini.
There's a lot of those. There's a lot of just slapping my half of my name on other words.
Mm-hmm.
What is the song that reminds me of Meg? I don't remember what it's called, but I heard it the first time when I was actually in a conversation with Meg. I think she recommended it even.
Oh no.
I think it was The Summoning. I think it was by Sleep Token.
Oh, it's a fucking good song.
I hadn't heard Sleep Token before talking to Meg, so I mean, when I hear that song, it kind of
You're
reminds me of Meg
welcome.
a little bit.
Um
Sleep Token mentioned. You're right.
um I think again it might be the same sort of thing. I think you recommended Pup to me,
Mm.
and now I can't remember what song it was. But you recommended Pup to me, and now like they pop up in my recommended playlists and whatnot, and it always makes me think of you just because it's Pup. So it's the same sort of sentiment back. Wait, Elias, no way. I tried to get tickets and I couldn't. They were all sold. I literally looked across the whole of the UK and could not find a single ticket.
That's
I'm
fine.
so mad.
Meg, this is actually a question I now see that I have missed earlier. What is a dumb
Uh-oh.
hill you would absolutely die on?
That banana milkshake is the best flavor milkshake.
Huh.
I don't know if that's the sort of dumb hill we're looking at, but yeah,
You know what? I'm not mad at that.
good,
I'm
good.
I'm I'm a
I'm
vanilla
glad.
milkshake kind of guy, but banana milkshake's kind of good, which is kind of
So
wild because I don't really like
I
bananas.
find I find chocolate milkshake a bit overrated. Strawberry milkshake again overrated, but I'll drink it if it's got some tequila rose mixed in because that's a good fucking milkshake. That hill I will also die on. But banana is just like my comfy go-to milkshake, if that makes sense.
Yeah, that makes sense. Uh, a fictional character you relate to the most. What do you got, Meg?
Oh shit. So you'd think this would be really easy because I read so much, but then I also read too much. Um,
You read too much.
So I do. I have read like let me open up Kindle right now. I'll be able to tell you exactly how many books I have read since February because that was when I got Kindle. Um, and this doesn't include the books I read before I got Kindle, and that is 89 books. So I read too many books. Um, but there is it's a really shit series, but it's like a guilty pleasure series. It's called the Zodiac Academy, and it's fairy stuff, and there's a lot of spice. But there is a character in it called Geraldine, and I kind of relate to her purely because she she's this kind of like comic relief character. So she says funny things and things are phrased really awkwardly, and a lot of the other characters comment on we have no idea what the fuck this bitch is saying. And I feel like at the moment I kind of relate to that because the amount you guys fucking mock me for my accent, and I respect it. Like I would also mock me if I heard me in the street.
Yeah, I think that's fair.
So yeah, I kind of relate to that purely because it's the kind of the way she speaks is the comic relief, and it's done in a very specific way that the author knows that this is the comic relief character and is really playing on it. But she's also one of the nicest characters in the book, in the series.
Well, that's very lovely. I think mine would be. I don't think I have one specific character that reminds me or relates to me like that.
Mm.
Uh, there is the male main character in Your Lie in April, the guy who plays the piano,
Mm-hmm.
who hates music but kind of finds a love for it again. Kind of relate to that guy
Yeah.
because I kind of had a similar experience with music when I was younger. So I'd probably say that guy. I don't remember his name off the top of my head. What do we? What else do we have? Polka dot bikini. Nope, I'm not doing that. Favorite word.
I actually have an answer to Clove's question about the song lyrics.
Okay.
So it is actually a sleep token one purely because sleep token brain rot is fucking real. And it's from Shelter. So the lyric is, "Darling, I'm noticing my flaws and I'm matching them with yours." Um, so it's quite a romantic song. In the sense that it's about someone, see, trying to take a load off someone and match someone's demons, and how they're both kind of on the same page. But it's also so I like it and I relate to it a lot more, I think, because ADHD with women, they typically mask a lot more, so you'll match the vibes of the person that you're interacting with. And obviously, I do that quite a lot. I've had people refer to me as a bit of a chameleon, so I will fit the kind of mold as to where I'm in. So like I work in a very formal place and will tone down my swearing and will tone down how I interact with people. I will tone down how I write when I write an email or speak on the phone. But then when I go out with my friends, I'm very lively and outgoing, and I'll sit and I don't know, throw popcorn at someone in front of me, like in the friend group. In the friend group, not someone random. I won't just like yeet a piece of popcorn at them. But I will just be a bit goofy and a bit silly.
Mm.
But also I find like in a romantic relationship as well, you do tend to try to match you as you kind of progress through the relationship. You kind of match the person that you're with, if that makes sense, because their mannerisms slowly become yours, and you kind of because you like especially if you live together, you definitely pick up the same sort of things and the same sort of habits. So yeah, I also just really like the song, and it vibes with me, and I think it's just a really beautiful line.
That's a beautiful answer. I like that. I see a question about favorite word. I for sure have a favorite word, which is
Oh, me
indubitably.
too. It's a very formal word for you, Dini.
I love indubitably. It's such a good word. It feels good to say, and it's a lovely word.
Fuck is a very good word, and I do really enjoy that word. But actually, shenanigan, I would like to throw that out there. I love a good shenanigan,
I mean, fuck is
especially
also
being
a
able to
wonderful
throw
word.
that into. It's a brilliant word. But being able to throw shenanigan into a sentence, ideal, perfect. It's just so good.
I agree. It's a great word. Go to drink at the bar. What you got?
um, Depends on the kind of night. If it's like just a casual go to the bar and have a drink, I will get a. I typically go for like a pint of neck oil, so in like an IPA or an American Pale Ale. But then if it's like a proper, when you're going out, I'll get tequila.
Right. If I'm just going out, that's I sometimes do. It's usually just like a plain old pilsner, like it's just a beer,
hmm
like a Carlsberg or something shitty. Not really for enjoyment, but just because it gets the job done, and it's nice to sit down with a pint with some friends.
Sorry, I've just seen if they shenanigan once, they will shenanigan.
That is funny. Uh, but I think if I'm going to a little fancier bar, I'll probably get like a whiskey or a cocktail. Uh,
Oh, what's your go-to cocktail?
oh, you're gonna hate me for this.
I feel like you're kind of an old-fashioned kind of guy.
I do really like an old fashioned, but my there's a difference between my go to and my favorite cocktail.
Hmm.
My go to would probably be Manhattan or a Negroni or maybe even a old fashioned.
Yeah, that fucking makes sense.
But my favorite cocktail is a horseradish daiquiri.
I'm sorry, a what?
Yes, a horseradish daiquiri. There's this one bar that makes them, and they're fucking amazing.
You pompous prick.
Yeah, a horseradish daiquiri. It's incredible.
I'm gonna have to try one of these now.
Good luck finding it.
Yeah, I know. But now
Pompous
you've made
fucking
me
bastard.
really want one. I don't even drink that much, and you're making me really want to go out and find somewhere to make cocktails.
Oh, it's fantastic.
Look, but you've got to try anything once.
Why
You've really got to
151.8?
try. What the fuck is 151.8?
It's our little number in
Oh,
front.
I see. I see. Yeah, okay. Why 151.8?
It's a good question, and it's an answer that I have forgotten. There was a reasoning behind it initially, but I have now
Nice.
forgotten it. I think I might
Perfect.
it might be of reference to Bacardi 151, and I had a reasoning
There you go.
behind why that was a thing, but I have forgotten why it's a thing.
Dini Fogor.
I'm not saying that.
He forgot.
I don't know anything about alcohol, and I always forget when someone explains drinks to me. So I let others make or decide a drink for me. I mean, honestly, just tell them what you like, and then it probably works. Uh, Malibu Bay Breeze. I've never had one of those, and I don't intend to start now. Uh,
No, I think I've never had a Malibu babe. It's just straight rum. Nice.
I mean,
Oh, just straight. Yeah, any alcohol. Done. If it has a
Dory.
percentage, I'll drink it.
I mean, Dory will drink just a pint of cola with the 3 drops of rum and be absolutely blasted. Tat says
Oh,
any
soju is
alcohol.
good.
Soju is very good.
Yeah, I know. Tats and I have the same, vibe when it comes to alcohol. If it has a percentage, then we'll drink it.
What's your favorite alcohol? Yes.
Yeah, I'll drink it. Alcohol's expensive. If someone has brought me a drink, I will drink it. If I know them. If I don't, then I will not unless they have taken a sip of it.
Malibu Bay Breeze is coconut rum, pineapple, and cranberry juice, I assume.
Oh, that sounds good.
It
If it's
sounds alright.
90%, I'll drink it. Yeah, probably.
We can get you.
90% alcohol, expensive.
We can get you some Everclear.
Done.
You will die probably if you drink a bottle of Everclear, but I mean,
Wonderful.
it works.
Take me out.
Take me out. You know, alcoholic
Okay.
lord.
Yep, yep.
Everclear. That it basically is just paint thinner. You're not wrong. But I think if Chad, if you would like to think of some more questions, I think we're gonna do our last musical segment here, and then after that, go ahead and shoot us all the questions you want.
$43, I'll cop it for content.
I mean, honestly, that's a vibe. That is indeed a vibe.
Right, if you want some awful stuff for content, I'll send you some Bean Boozled.
Oh, that's
You
very
can
large.
fucking have them.
This is the last album we're listening to stuff from.
That's a good looking album cover.
You're not my supervisor,
It's a good looking album cover.
right?
Right, if you I can send them to you. I still have some left over.
The last two songs we will be listening to are called God Given and False Positives. And here we go.
And they say your skills are God-given, and that will make it if God's willing. But we ain't taking no chances with this favoritism. QOS, we finna make religions. And they say your skills are God-given, and that will make it if God's willing. But we ain't taking no chances with this favoritism. QOS, we finna make religions. See, they prophesied the second coming. We could've stopped the fire but kept it running, and now we think God's in line to get him something. So every legend from hip-hop, he dies in heaven bumping us. So you should drop your mic instead of mumbling. You're something, fucking pick up a book or a Bible. Get educated and give up as your disciple. Stop pushing all these pitiful pushes as idols and generating more kids so we crooks for survival. And keeping the peace, for keeping the peace, we keep it with beats. The speakers are priests and preaching the streets. And now you're witnessing the power of the knowledge that you ain't getting anywhere without paying homage to the deities of the coaches. The easy E's, cool with D's, ODB's, Tupacs and BRG's. The Rev ones, the puns, the KOS ones. You ain't gotta search religiously to find out who's the next one. And they say your skills are God-given, and that will make it if God's willing. But we ain't taking no chances with this favoritism. QOS, we finna make religions. And they say your skills are God-given, and that will make it if God's willing. But we ain't taking no chances with this favoritism. QOS, we finna make religions. Until the day that we're placed in prisons by the ancient prisms that claim the vision to make decisions will illuminate the millions. We'll make you millions in the process. Can you tell me, am I feeling like a rap god? Yeah, or just a prophet? We're seeing signs while he's burning bush and God sent. Every line deserves a holy book you're offering. Should be the sacrifice your earnings crook and confess. All your lies in your verse and hooks. And here, Hail Mary 50 times for penance. We dropping EPs the day after Yeezy's just to send a message. Jesus talks, but ain't the fuck all else. So tell them that there'll be no resurrections. These posters think that Moses been knowing is being freed when they're still trying to split all the reds from the seas through divine intervention. We are destined to succeed. It's our own divinity and that we're chosen to believe. And they say your skills are God-given, and that will make it if God's willing. But we ain't taking no chances with this favoritism. QOS, we finna make religions. And they say your skills are God-given, and that will make it if God's willing. But we ain't taking no chances with this favoritism. QOS, we finna make religions. And they say your skills are God-given, and that will make it if God's willing. But we ain't taking no chances with this favoritism. QOS, we finna make religions. This industry is filled with false positives and empty promises, but they want you to keep it real. I've identified what the problem is. I don't need a label undermining my accomplishments, and I'm so sick and tired of all these fucking dishonest men, so I'll keep it real. I'll keep it really real for y'all. I don't need a deal, I don't need a deal at all, unless they call with a meal. Saying I can keep my team around me, then I'll sign my name over the phone with the pound key. Fuck off. I've been independent since the jump off. What, you think I bust off? Now that's insane, dipshit. This game is like the Pain Olympics, but I haven't come my nuts off yet. Dudes wanna come in and bust off takes. I just really wanna go and drop balls on flex, I'm sick of it. Nothing is secret, weapons of victory, destined to fall. Why don't they give a shit? Why are they listening? Questions are cold. I wanna know. Step in the game, don't sound the same. Make your own lane. The only reason that I'm using this flow is to show you a riot is lame. Let's get some innovation. Ever since the first time that I stepped foot in this nation, it felt like a huff of creation. But now I see that it was me for whom you've been patiently waiting. But I won't sell my soul to Satan. As long as one kid keeps from saying that I'm his favorite. I see these fine dudes, I watch them roll by. I watch them roll by. I watch them roll by. These labels want my soul. I keep it independent. I leave my soul in these records. I see these sign dudes, I watch them roll by. I watch them roll by. I watch them roll by. These labels want my soul. I keep it independent. I leave my soul in these records. If you wanna go and cut your checks, then I will allow it be. But the line you sign a sense. Your new boundaries. If you haven't gonna earn respect, well then we're bound to see. Your career will be getting a year, and do we live in the fear of underground MC? Wanna induct me to the industry, cause I'm one of the best bidders living in the CPH with nines and the beats he made. We got everybody running the scene we made. Cause we put up 5 tracks and we got 5 stars. Now you put up 5 stacks and you get 5 bars. Multiply that with the distance to Mars, and that's what it costs for a sound like ours. Taking charge of my destiny and harnessing the best of me, while marking up a legacy as an artist and the best to breathe. The only way you'll be ahead of me is by the head of me. I'll be an entity until the death of me, so you better believe I'ma do some shit that ain't never been seen, like the head of BT, moving forward like a centipede fleet. Comparatively, you're a ketamine fiend. Hip-hop is dead in DCs, give us 7 CCs or a better MC, you'll get up and leave. Your lack of quality starting to bother me. Honestly, gotten me wanting the bottom me. You're rapping horribly, not even bodily. Thinking you're dropping those type of qualities. I never in need, cause we're better with greed. Conceive it, I just this you concede it. You're never in need, you'll never be me. I see these sign dudes, I watch them roll by. I watch them roll by. I watch them roll by. These labels want my soul. I keep it independent. I leave my soul in these records. I see these sign dudes, I watch them roll by. I watch them roll by. I watch them roll by. These labels want my soul. I keep it independent. I leave my soul in these records.
That was UOS, and was False Positives and God Given. First up was God Given. Second up was False Positives. I think we're gonna take a couple more questions. If you have anything you've been curious about. But after that, I think we're gonna rate out. Been having a really good time today.
Yeah, me too. Thanks for having me.
You're very welcome. Been a wonderful guest.
Really good fun.
Yeah, it's been a great time. Can't wait to do more of these. Also, if chat has any recommendations of who I should try to get on here, that would be very welcome. But yeah, I think we had some good conversation today. Meg, is there anything you want to ask me? Now I've been asking you a bunch of questions today. So if there's any questions you want, like, in return, anything you've been curious about or something.
No, I think we've kind of gotten to know each other quite a bit off stream.
Yeah, I agree.
So I think a lot of my questions you've like that I would normally ask people when I'm trying to get to know them, all that sort of shit. I have already asked you. Like, I know you're a pompous bastard. Um, I know you are basically a problem. Um, I know you're really good at Magic the Gathering, that or I'm really bad at it.
I think I can hold my own in Magic, at least.
Yeah, you can. Definitely more so than me.
You're getting there, though. You're getting there.
So I think, yeah, I think a lot of the questions I would normally ask, you've already answered to me off stream, and I also can't remember them now.
Well, perfect. But yeah, I think we're gonna
Yeah,
rate.
head empty.
Well, it happens. But I think we're gonna. I think we're gonna rate out then. Is there anything you want to shout out before we rate out?
Uh, oh my god, there's Dory. Big fan, big fan, big fan, Dory.
I think we're all big fans of Dory.
Otherwise, no. We are all big fans of Dory.
Even though we are a little scared that she's gonna leave us for Hollywood soon.
She is going to leave us for Hollywood, but I just hope she buys me a burger on the way.
Honestly, that's a vibe. I like that.
Stop! No.
Yeah, follow Dory. Dory's amazing. Probably the most giggly person I've ever experienced.
Right? And I know Tats. Like,
Yeah, it's
Tats is also very giggly, but Dory is Tats times 10
it's
when it comes to giggles.
I'm gonna be honest. It at times is quite alarming.
Not me giggling now. Oop. Oop.
Dory, I'm gonna be honest. I kind of assume you've been giggling throughout the whole 2 hours of the stream.
You have a serious case of giggleitis, and I love it. It's adorable.
Giggleitis. No, I see that being true.
No, leave. No leave. You stay.
But I think we're gonna raid out. I think we're gonna raid Smugginess. It's a Dutch VTuber who's currently playing Bendy and the Dark Revival, which is a really cool game that I kind of want to check out at some point.
Nice.
This is the raid message.
Oh my god, you have a raid message now?
Yeah, it's great. It's pompous as hell. It's arrogant as hell.
It is very pompous.
It fits me perfectly. Everyone who's a follower can use that raid message, so that is very inclusive and very welcoming.
Perfect.
So yeah, we're gonna raid out to Smugginess. Does it work if it's in all capitals? We'll see. It does.
Yeah.
It does indeed work.
It does. Wonderful.
I hope everybody enjoyed stream. Clear my socials right there.
Big fan clove, big fan clove.
I see that Blue Sky's not on there yet, but it will be. Yes, Clove, can I help you? What seems to be the issue? Well, thank you for
Thank you for all the raids as well, guys. All the raiders have been wonderful.
Yeah, you've all been very, very wonderful. A bunch of good questions and not too much outlandish stuff. It's wonderful.
I was almost expecting more outlandish stuff.
I'm gonna be honest. I was expecting the exact same. But with that, we will be raiding out and have a good day and be kind and stay hydrated.
Bye, guys.